Right, you lot, Wildlife Moto here, chugging through London's finest rush hour traffic because we are on our way to make a very, very special video today. I've been invited up to Hitchcocks Motorcycles in Solihull on the outskirts of Birmingham to go test ride the 865 Interceptor. That's right, we're going to ride the big bore and I can't wait. So cracking through 100 miles up the M1, absolutely no problem for the stock Interceptor, and the perfect opportunity to really tune myself into the performance of the standard 650 bike. Thankfully, my journey went pretty much without hitch, which is a whole lot more than I can say for this poor chap on the side of the road. Yep, that was properly toasty riding past that. And before long, the skies were getting greyer and the roads were getting a whole lot more pretty as I closed in on Hitchcocks Motorcycles. Now, I've never been there before, so I wasn't sure what to expect, but thankfully Dan was on hand to give me a quick tour of the building, and I've got to say, I was just absolutely blown away. It's an Aladdin's cave of everything Royal Enfield. Beautiful bikes lurking around every corner, classic old Enfields, and the place is just stacked to the rafters with parts and accessories throughout the history of Royal Enfield. It really is just an incredible place to hang out. In fact, they have got a virtual tour on their website if you want to take a look around the building in your own time. But putting all that aside, there is one key reason why I'm here, and that's to check out a very special Interceptor. So let's find out what it's all about. Thank you so much, Dan, for inviting me up to have a go on this. Now this, at face value, it looks like a normal Interceptor, but it's not, is it? Something's going on here. What have you done?
This one's got a lot of engine performance upgrades. So it's no longer a 650, it's an 865cc. We've got the full exhaust system, uprated camshaft, power commander, and the upgraded clutch.
So quite a lot going on there. So it's been bored out, and that's the S&S kits.
Yeah, that's the American-made S&S kit.
And then you've got the free flow pipes. So I've actually got the same pipes, but I've got the shiny versions, but they look really nice in the kind of matte.
This is the brushed, brushed finish.
Well. And then you said you've got the cam on there as well, the high performance cam.
Yeah, so this is our own camshaft actually.
Oh, right, okay.
Obviously there is the S&S cam, which is a great cam to go for.
Yep.
We found we could make further improvements, so we've developed our own profile, which really couples well with this.
And you've got the power commander in there to sort of fueling as well.
Yeah, so there's a couple of options on the market, but we've decided to go for a power commander. As we've gone along, we've created all the maps in various stages, so if someone was just having sort of a 650 kit with the uprated cam, we've got a suitable base map for them to use there. But yeah, we've used the power commander to control the fueling on this bike. All
right, so we've come over to the bench to have a proper look at what's going on here, so you guys can get a proper understanding of what's involved with this kit. So Dan, talk to me about all this stuff here.
So what we've got is the contents of the big bore kit here. We've got the oversized pistons, all the piston rings obviously to go with it. When it comes to fitting the big bore kit, you need to fit a different head gasket. Right. Otherwise the original gasket would overlay into the bore itself. So this is the oversized gasket. And then we've just got a new base gasket there. This is the barrel that we've already fitted the liners to. So what we do is we offer it as a full kit. We start off with a brand new cylinder barrel and we do all that side of the work for you. So you can either buy it ready to go and you just take off your old barrel and fit the whole kit. There's no taking it to a machine shop or doing any of that. You can see the difference where the liners have been changed. You can see that compression step, and this is just a whole barrel kit ready to go.
So when you've done all of that, you've been through that whole process. I mean, I'm obviously going to go and test ride this bike and I can't wait to do that. I haven't been on it yet. Tell me about what's different on this bike in terms of how it rides.
It does make a considerable difference in peak horsepower, but it's really the low end torque. I mean, right from low down, it's just waves of torque.
Have you had it on the dyno? Have you looked at like horsepower numbers and all that kind of stuff?
So we started off with obviously as a completely base figure, so we've got a good point to refer back to. So on the same dyno, this bike makes around 40 horsepower at the rear wheel, not at the engine, at the rear wheel.
What, the stock bike, the stock 650?
Yeah, this particular one, as it was. Okay. So we're measuring the same bike on the same dyno just for consistent results.
Yep.
As it is now, it's making around 65 horsepower at the wheel.
Wow, okay, that's
so
significant.
It's a big improvement, but like I say, it's the torque which really comes in at low down, which is the massive difference when you go to the big bore kit.
Yeah. Right, so there's only one more thing to do then, that is to jump on the bike and take it for a spin. Thank you so much for trusting me with it. I will take care of it, and I'll let you know how I get on. Right. All right, cheers, Dan. Okay, here we go then. Goodbye, little baby. It's alright, I still love you. She thinks I'm cheating. Sorry about all the rain. Let's clean you off there. So this bike pushing over 60 horsepower now. Up from around 40 on the stock bike. So significant power boost. It just has that arm wrenching pull that you just don't get on the standard bike. The fueling still feels very smooth, but when you twist it, it just wants to go. And it's got that really nice low down torque. Wet roads, got to take it a bit easy. Here we go then. It is so good to know that this frame, and indeed most of the working parts on this engine, are perfectly capable of handling this additional load. Just flick through the corners like it's on rails. This might be one of the best motorcycles I've ridden in a very, very long time. In fact, the last time I smiled quite like this was the first time I got on the stock Interceptor, but this changes everything. If you could see me now, I am grinning from ear to flipping ear. So even at low speeds, we're just chilling out here at around 3,000 RPM, doing about 40 miles an hour. And again, look, you just roll it on and boom, straight away you've got pull. But you let go of everything and you chill out on it, and the fueling is still really good. It's still beautifully smooth. It's still got that kind of buttery smooth feeling that the Enfield is so well loved for. But there's an additional rumble in there. You can feel a rumbling going on that just isn't present on the stock bike. It's just letting you know that there's an animal lurking beneath. So as Dan was saying, the stock bike does need quite a bit of extra work to be able to deal with the extra power. It's mainly in the clutch. He was saying that the clutch will just slip if you don't upgrade that. So this has got an upgraded clutch. Not entirely sure what system that is, but he also mentioned that it's got Hitchcock's own cams as well to get the kind of profile that they were looking for. It's got a beautiful burble to it. There's another dimension to the sounds. I don't know how well the mic's picking it up, but it's just another level to it. And look, I'm definitely not one of these people that just wants to chase power. This isn't about power, 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 power. I would have straight up not loved this bike if it really changed the character of it, if it made it feel, you know, too snatchy or aggressive or revvy. That's not the kind of bike that I want this to be. I've always been very much a fan of that lazy characteristic. The fact that it is quite a chilled bike. I'd say the only real difference here with this kit is you've still got that beautiful character, that lovely burble, that relaxing ride. You can absolutely just chill out on this bike. But when you twist it, it's just got another level, another dimension to it. That's kind of there when you want it to be there, but doesn't seem to suffer any of the ill consequences of it, which is just brilliant. And look, you can be so much more ham-fisted with the gears. I'll pull back here. You know, we can just short shift and it just keeps going. It's kind of got that express train kind of character to it. Woo! I would not be surprised at all if at some point in the future we see Royal Enfield basically make this a factory thing, bring out a bigger, higher capacity version of this bike, which is essentially just treated in a similar way, because this frame in this setup is more than capable of handling it. As I said, it doesn't seem to be flummoxed by it at all. So if you're one of these people that have been eyeing up the Interceptor, but you've been put off slightly by the fact that it isn't the most powerful machine in the world, it's just not, you know, it's a 40 odd horsepower bike, and for a lot of riders that's just, you know, it's not enough. They want more. Well, here's your solution. You get everything that you'd love about the Interceptor and a whole lot more shove. And I think shove is the right way to describe the feeling on this bike now. It just has a punch to it, a bit of a kick in the back. You have to hold on in a way that you never had to before. But it doesn't feel dangerous or intimidating or like it's going to get away from you. Obviously, if you are an A2 rider, is in the UK, it's no longer going to be compliant with your license, so you can't just jump on this if you've got a restricted license. This is now in big bike territory. It's something to bear in mind. So I know a lot of riders on A2s like the Interceptor for that reason, but now with pushing on for 70 horsepower, you're going to need your full license, mate. Lovely roads around here as well, actually. Beautiful part of the world. Needs a fast action throttle though. I'm missing my blipping. This pipe sounds blimmin' good. These are the Enfield Precision end cans with their free-flowing headers. Let's pull up and have a little look at the bike, shall we? There's a little car park up here. I wonder if they'll mind terribly. Pub's getting ready for a bit of outdoor action. I'll give you a little wipe. You know, at face value, it is just a stock Interceptor. I mean, it's got fancy pipes on it and suspension's changed and things like that, but looking at the engine, you know, it is an Interceptor 650. But it's not. It really isn't. Oh, nice number plate. Yeah, it really isn't. It is just a whole different kettle of fish. It really is. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, everything that I love about this bike is still there. The slow speed handling, the lazy character, the relaxing element of this bike is intact, which is the thing I was most worried about. It hasn't turned it into a rabid sports bike that just wants to murder you. It's still civilized and easy to get on with. But it's just this. It's just that, you know, when you give it that, everything changes. I don't want to give it back. I really don't want to give it back. I think this ride's going to cost me some money. Come on, you. Let's go home. There she is. Nothing happened. We're just friends. We're not. She's filthy. Oh, he's gone. Yes, they've gone. You know what that means? I can keep it. Where is he? They've probably gone home. They're probably thinking, he's done the off of our bike. He's never coming back. Let's just lock up. He's coming. Damn, he's still here. So yeah, unfortunately, I did have to give the bike back at the end of the day, but what a day it was. And jumping off the 865 and back onto the standard 650 for the ride home, it was a really good opportunity to get a feel for the stock bike again after experiencing all the power of the big bore version. And yes, the difference is striking, but really it takes nothing away from the standard 650. For many riders, this is all the power you could ever want or need on this bike. You know, it isn't supposed to be a fast bike, but if you do want a little more kick and you want to have everything that you love about the Interceptor all tied up in one package, this is going to be the most effective way to get that boost in torque and horsepower. And would I do it? Well, all I can say is watch this space. So finally, we'll wrap up by saying a massive thank you to Dan from Hitchcocks for taking the time to show me around their fascinating building and of course letting me ride the 865 Interceptor. It's been a massive eye-opener for me in terms of just how far you can feasibly push this bike if you really have the will to do it. It's just an incredible thing. Don't forget to hit subscribe to the channel for more on the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 very soon and other bikes as well. And until the next one, ride safe.